This is WBNS TV Columbus.
From 10 TV, your 24-hour news source.
Too many men here were sleeping on the floor like rats we are.
Prisoners speak out, saying the system needs just as much reform as they do. A man is shot in his own house. Police investigate Columbus's 72nd murder this year. And in our Impact segment, the controversy over keeping these animals captive.
Live from WBNS TV in Columbus, this is 10 TV Eyewitness News, your 24-hour news source.
Prison overcrowding. Authorities blame it for one deadly riot. Inmates say it's stirring up trouble in yet another prison. Good evening, everyone. I'm Terry Sullivan. The maximum security prison in Lucasville still under lockdown tonight. It's been almost 5 months since the riot that killed 9 prisoners and 1 guard. The warden, Arthur Tate, says conditions at the Southern Ohio Correctional Facility are still bleak. It's been reported that the overcrowding contributed to the siege at Lucasville, and experts say it's a problem in all Ohio prisons. Ross Correctional Institution in Chillicothe just put up a new dormitory to house their growing population. This open dorm is a new style. It doesn't have any individual cells. Prison officials say it's the wave of the future because it can be built quickly and there was no problem filling the dorm. Now, RCI has the worst overcrowding condition in the state. It's designed to hold 1,075 inmates, but get this, the current population is closer to 3,000 prisoners. That's 200% over capacity. Tonight, Kelly Hudson reports on Ohio's most overcrowded prison.
This dormitory is home for 300 inmates, but everybody here doesn't get a room. There aren't enough cells to go around. Instead, many of these men get a bed on the lobby floor.
It's not rehabilitation, it's called warehousing. It's more guys in here than what the state can do.
The state calls it improvising. This is one solution to limited prison space and more convicts coming into the system than going out. All but 2 of the dorms at RCI have beds on the floor. Somebody might say that that's just a break, you know?
That's true.
Prison is not supposed to be like home.
That's true.
You know, just take what you can get.
But the overcrowded condition makes the prison far from the way it's been like in the past as far as being able to have some type of privacy. You know, sometimes you can't even get to a toilet.
Inmates say it's not just a lack of living space. The overcrowding is putting their health at risk. This is how we found the 2 communal bathrooms.
Drains stopped up.
And when they work, there are only 8 showers for 300 men in one dorm. Inmates say getting into one is a little like winning the lottery. Some men go all day, can't get into the showers because of...
Yes, of overcrowded. Of overcrowded. You cannot get a shower. Because after 9 o'clock, you get rode up, you try to take a shower.
More showers can be built, but Governor Voinovich says Ohio won't build its way out of prison overcrowding. No new prisons are on the horizon. Instead, Voinovich is calling for innovative programs to get convicts in and out of the system as quick as possible.
Terry? You talked about innovative programs, but how's the overcrowding affecting the rehab programs there?
Well, Terry, here's an example. Many jobs inside prisons are supposed to give inmates skills they can use once they get out. But inmates I talked to at RCI say there aren't enough jobs for those who want to work. So that part of the rehab system could be in jeopardy.
Okay, Kelly Hudson, thank you very much. Sure. Columbus police are on the lookout for a killer. 25-year-old Thomas Bernheimer was found dead in the doorway of his North Side apartment today. He had been shot to death. Cops say at this time there aren't any suspects and they don't have a motive. But cops say robbery was the motive of an early morning holdup at a pizza shop on the far south side. According to police, 2 masked men carrying guns walked into Jimmy's Pizza, locked workers in the freezer, then helped themselves to the cash register. No one was hurt. 2 cars collide on Columbus's north side, sending 3 people to the hospital. Tonight, cops are looking for the driver of the black car. They say he took off after the crash, but a passenger of his was injured, along with 2 people in the blue car. At this time, police are investigating. A Jeffersonville woman is in the hospital tonight after being hit by a boat on Deer Creek Lake. According to the Pickaway County Sheriff's Department, 34-year-old Kimberly Osterly was tubing on the lake when she was hit by a boat. Authorities say she was dragged under the water after getting tangled up on the prop. Osterly was taken by life flight to Grant, where she's in critical condition. An Israeli lawyer for Holocaust survivors says he's obtained new evidence against former Cleveland auto worker John Demjanjuk. The lawyer says the evidence shows the 73-year-old Ukrainian worked at Nazi concentration camps, and now he's hoping the new evidence will convince Israel to retry Demjanjuk on new war crime charges. Well, it was a fire and not the bright neon lights that lit up Las Vegas overnight. Flaming debris rained down on the city from a half-built observation tower. Tourists and gamblers were forced to leave several neighboring hotels and casinos. Now, the fire was so hot, it melted a crane on top of the tower. At one point, authorities feared it would fall to the street below. Authorities still aren't sure what happened there. And there was also something to see in Niagara Falls today. 2 196-foot smokestacks were leveled, making way for a new construction project. There you see them crashing to the ground. It took 2,400 pounds of explosives to get this job done. They're beautiful to watch, but are they being harmed? Our impact segment tonight. Mammals being kept in captivity. Some say it's animal abuse, others say it's a way to learn. It's all coming up next on your 24-hour news source.
Chrysler LHS so impresses the critics, they praise it wherever they go. To the ballpark, to the theater. But with its high-performance engine, leather trim, driver and passenger airbags, ABS and traction control, all under $31,000, they most often praise it all the way to the bank. Chrysler LHS, the American luxury car, is now in the fast lane at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Because electricity is something we take for granted, we sometimes forget to keep clear of overhead power lines, both at home and work. Touching these lines with anything could result in a serious or fatal injury. When you're working with antennas, painting, cleaning gutters, or trimming trees, please be sure nothing touches the power line, including your ladder. Because they haven't made one yet that can do this. For a free safety booklet, contact Columbus Southern Power.
D.O.C. eye checks, they're back and they're bigger than ever. With over $600 in family eye care savings. And you can use this super savings checkbook right on the spot. Plus they're free like this, $100 off a single pair of glasses. That's $100 savings. Have a large family? Take 2 checkbooks and double your savings up to $1,200. Now that's enough to buy glasses for the Brady Bunch. D.O.C.'s eye checks, the biggest savings for your family's eye care. You have my word on it.
What's the difference between the Ford Taurus and Toyota Camry? Well, the Taurus offers dual airbags, standard V6 power, automatic transmission, more room. But these are just a few of the differences. There are well over 1,000 more. You see, not only do you get more, but the Ford Taurus is priced over $1,500 less than the Camry.
Now, with additional cash back, there's 1,000 more reasons you should be driving America's best-selling car, Ford Taurus. See your Central Ohio Ford dealer.
In our impact segment tonight, captive concerns. Animal abuse or a way to learn about animals? The issue is stirring a nationwide controversy. From dolphins to whales, these mammals are the main attraction at water parks like this one in Aurora, Ohio. But while many people love to watch these creatures perform, questions are being raised. Animal rights activists want something done. And now people seem to be listening, all because of a summer blockbuster movie. It's not only a splash at the box office. The summer hit movie Free Willy has spurred calls for major changes in the law that permits the capture and public display of marine mammals. Of particular concern, 4 species of whales, including the one featured in the movie, that critics say fare badly in captivity.
Higher mortality rates, lower birth rates, shorter lifespans. I think it's cruel.
Belugas, pilot whales, and killer whales are now held in a dozen U.S. aquariums, and animal welfare groups want the healthy ones released. They're calling for a ban on further taking of mammals in the wild.
Allows us to educate the public about the plight these animals face in the wild.
But the industry says it needs new whales to keep learning and teaching about them. and that releasing the whales would be crueler than keeping them on display.
I know we give them a full life here in the aquarium, and I know that things in the wild are not as rosy as they used to be.
At many marine parks, visitors without any special training are allowed to pet and get up close to captive dolphins. Critics say it's too risky.
I mean, is there really that much gain that you can define that merits that kind of intrusion?
Ironically, whatever Congress decides, it won't have any effect on Willie, whose real name is Kiko. Kiko's in a marine park in Mexico, exempt from any U.S. regulations. Another scorcher today. Janet's up next with the hot forecast, and he's on top of the pop chart. Today, he's right here in Columbus. Michael Bolton's playing more than just music today. We'll explain next on your 24-hour news source.
The Buick model year closeout. Your window of opportunity is closing fast. See your local Better Buick dealer.
Take the time to taste the Welch's. Take the time to roll it round. Savor all that Concord flavor. Let it trickle slowly down.
Welch's grape juice. We've spent 100 years getting ready for this moment. So don't rush it. It deserves to be savored.
Take the time to taste the Welch's.
Let me tell you a trade secret. The lowest prices on menswear happen in August, and always at S&K.
During S&K's final summer clearance, get 2 wool blend suits for what you'd expect to pay for 1. 2 for $199.90. Silk sport coats are reduced to $69.97. And selected summer sportswear is as low as $9.97.
S&K's final summer clearance. Right month, right store, right sale, right now.
Shop S&K at Newmarket Mall and at Northland Plaza near Service Merchandise.
Hey, we know you're busy and can't worry about the best time to buy a car, but here's a clue. The Jeep and Eagle clearance. Unlike any other because it's on great vehicles like Jeep Grand Cherokee or this award winner, Eagle Vision. And we're not shouting, but we got to tell you, here's a good price on a Talon. And this Summit's looking sweet. So take a time out. You could save a lot of money here. The Jeep and Eagle clearance. Worth looking into. Hey, we'll see you there.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer today.
Janet's here with the weather, and boy, we seem to be in a holding pattern with all this hot weather.
My forecast was a little off. I thought we'd have just a little break today, but we did not. And there really aren't a lot of there are not a lot of bright spots in our forecast either.
Or too many bright spots. That's why it's so hot.
That may be true. Yeah, we're going to talk about Hurricane Emily in a little while, but something that went on today, which was for a very good cause, the mini Grand Prix, and it was to benefit the Arthritis Foundation today. It looked like a lot of fun. They raised about $20,000, and they will help 300,000 people this year, and 5,000 of those children. And believe it or not, arthritis is the #1 crippling disease in the country. So we had a great time out there, but I'll bet they were really sweating in those little cars because it was a steamy day. I want to show you what's happening outside right now. Not cool, is it? 93 degrees, 47% humidity, 29.97 inches on the barometer, winds from the west at 6 miles an hour. And you can read what the heat index is. I don't want to say it. I mean, it just sounds too horrible to me. Let's go on now to the almanac page. 94 the high today officially, 98 the record high, 39 the record low, and normally we look for temperatures to be about 59 and 80 degrees in central Ohio. Across the state, well, you'll notice that at least parts of northern Ohio did get a little break today. Temperatures there stayed in the 80s. We have 81 right now in Toledo, which sounds simply delightful. Of course, we are one of the warm spots right now. Only place warmer rather down in Portsmouth, where it's currently 94. Along with the heat and humidity, we may see some big showers and thunderstorms developing. In fact, a severe thunderstorm watch is up for all of northwestern Ohio tonight until 10 o'clock. And we may see some fairly big storms developing up there, and we have only a very slim chance of anything happening here in central Ohio. Really not much to talk about right now, although a lot of things popping up to the south of us and out to the west of us right now. Again, the big storms in Ohio tonight will probably be up around the Findlay area and the Toledo area. A very sultry evening for all of the eastern part of the country, and the showers and thunderstorms up in northern Ohio created as this warm front slides up to the north tonight. And of course, we are certainly giving a lot of attention this evening to Hurricane Emily, still way out here in the southern Atlantic coastal areas and tracking now towards the Atlantic coast, towards the middle Atlantic coastline, in fact. And here you can see it on your screen very plainly. In fact, we are watching this now. The forward movement of it is about 9 miles an hour. It is tracking towards the northwest, right now about 420 miles away from Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. So hurricane watches were issued this afternoon at about 5 o'clock and will remain in effect until this hurricane makes landfall, which will happen probably about Tuesday. And all of this area along the central Atlantic seaboard affected by that hurricane watch. Right now, highest sustained winds are about 80 miles an hour, and it seems to be strengthening right now, so we're going to keep a close eye on that part of the country for you. Tomorrow we'll see Emily again tracking a little bit to the north and to the west as it moves at about 9 miles an hour. Across Ohio for tomorrow, another sticky, uncomfortable day in the 90s once again. Southerly winds bringing up an awful lot of Gulf moisture, so another humid day and very, very uncomfortable. Still not a lot in the way of showers, and we need them desperately. We're about 2.5 inches below normal for the month of August. Here's what's happening with our forecast now in central Ohio for tonight. Some clouds out there, some spotty storms, although most of them across the state will occur in the north, and we expect an overnight low of only 70 degrees. For tomorrow, whew, that's all I can say. Hazy, hot, and humid. We'll look for daytime highs between 90 and 95. On Tuesday, well, we'll see another steamy day, a sticky day. We'll have the possibility of some late day showers, a daytime high of 90. On Wednesday, we'll look for showers and thunderstorms. Thursday and Friday, possibility of storms again. And we hope to stay in the 80s for the rest of the week. But I don't know, we could hit 90 again on Wednesday.
Wow, at least there are more showers in the future, or we hope there are.
Possibility of them, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Janet. He sold over 23 million albums worldwide with 2 Grammys to his credit, and tonight thousands of you will see him in concert. I'm talking about pop rock singer Michael Bolton. But a softball field is where many fans got their first eyeful of Bolton today. That's him smacking one to center field. The Bolton Bombers play games between concerts, and today they took on WNCI Radio. It's a charity game for kids with cancer. Bolton tells our Kelly Hudson the games are a break from the hectic road life and a chance to give something back.
You look around, you see so many other kids who are having a lot of hardships. It's the least you could do to try to help out. And I think people in a position to help other people should feel a moral obligation to do that.
All right. Bolton says he doesn't worry about getting hit in the mouth during the games. He says if that happens, he'll just use a very big microphone. Bobby Rahal gets behind the wheel in Vancouver, and 2 old rivals face each other once again in an emotionally packed final. Jay Crawford has the highlights next on your 24-hour news source.
At Homemade Brand, we give you the very best ingredients in our ice cream. Like big chunks of whole Oreo cookies straight from Nabisco. We add them to our ice cream, premium light, and premium frozen yogurt. The same way we add chunks of goodness to all our flavors. Just check your Sunday paper for coupons on all of our flavors, including cookies and cream ice cream with real Oreo cookies. Because nothing's better than the flavor of Homemade Brand for less.
Got the hots for a new pickup truck? Byers Chevy has the lowest prices of the year on all full-size Chevy pickups. Major discounts if you buy now. Model closeout prices on over 100 S10 pickups. It's the largest selection of S10s in Ohio. Plus van conversions starting at $15,995. All prices good through Sunday.
Get the hots. We got a cool deal.
On over 200 Chevy pickups, Byers downtown and the Dublin Superstore.
Temptation leads Capone into a dangerous affair.
We were meant to be together forever.
Obsession pushes a woman over the edge.
You know how we feel about each other.
It struck me as being a little crazy.
I'm warning you. It's a fatal attraction she can't control.
Hello, my love.
What the hell do you want?
A deadly passion he can't escape.
Show me how much you love me, all.
On the next episode of The Untouchables.
Sunday night at 12:30 on 10 TV.
After 56 years, Richard Potasky Jewelers in Columbus will soon be closing. Everything must be liquidated, regardless of loss, to pay off creditors. Hurry to either location of Richard Potasky Jewelers in the Northland and Eastland malls and save. During this court-ordered bankruptcy liquidation, all diamond, bridal, and wedding sets up to 70% off. Save up to 60% off all 14-karat gold chains and bracelets. And all watches must go at up to 50% off. Hurry to Richard Potasky Jewelers today and save.
Great tennis today out at the New Albany Country Club. That's where you'll find Jay Crawford. And Jay, I bet they're still talking about that match.
It was a very good match, a good singles match as well, but boy, was it hot out here. You really should have been here. 125 degrees.
No thanks.
You're better off where you are, believe me. They're certainly no strangers to one another, Jimmy Connors and Bjorn Borg. They've played in many singles finals, and today they did it again, this one in the inaugural Champions Open, and it's here right here at the New Albany Country Club. And like all their old finals, this one had plenty of drama. Let's go to the tape. We're going to pick it up in the first set, and Connors will be receiving in the near court. And really, Jimmy won the singles match because he could flat get to more balls than Borg could. Watch him get him running there, and he wins with the backcourt winner. Nice shot. He just had more gas. He would really keep Borg on his toes. Watch this shot. Nice get right there by Jimbo, and then he's going to come back to the other side of the court, and he's going to send the winner as he gets Borg guessing the wrong way right down the passing lane shot. Nice point, very nice point. First set goes into a tie break, and Connors is going to win it because Borg's serve is long, or return of serve is long. 7-6, 6-3, Connors over Borg, but Borg would team up to beat Connors in the doubles finals. I just talked with Jimmy Connors moments ago.
128 on the court is hot for anybody, but you know, we go out and try to do the best we can and keep it going, and we struggle through it sometimes, but it was the same for everybody in the stands too, and they showed their excitement and enthusiasm towards the tennis by sitting through it and enjoying the tennis.
It was very good tennis. He says he'll be back next year. All right, the football Buckeyes are now less than a week away from opening the '93 season. The Rice Owls will be at the Shoe. That will be this coming Saturday at 12:30 for the kickoff. Last year, Rice was 6-5. They will return 7 offensive starters and 6 starters from the defensive side. And all this week, the Buckeyes have been going through their meetings, trying to get familiar with Rice's offensive and defensive sets. We sat in on some of those meetings, and here's a sample of what we heard from quarterback coach Rod Hudson.
Play that right in the middle of the field. What I'm doing here now is I'm drawing up basically what we're going to be doing against Rice. Okay? All right? All I'm saying to you is that guy is a big league player. That guy can play for anybody. All right? He is a fine football player. That guy's a good player. We can't take the kind of attitude, fellas, of going into the Louisville, going in the Bowling Green game. And it's up to you people to get it done as quarterbacks.
All right, that's good stuff, and there's a lot more of that. Also, you can catch it all Friday night. It will be at 8 o'clock when 10 TV presents a sports special 24 hours with Ohio State football. Don't miss it. It's very good. Okay, quickly, before we leave college football, the new college football poll is out for USA Today and CNN. And no surprise here, Florida State still #1 after their 42-0 thrashing of Kansas yesterday. Now, incidentally, Washington drops out of the poll. They were 11th. They can't pick up votes anymore because of their recent probation. So the Buckeyes move up a spot from 16 to 15, and they haven't even played a game yet. All right, all over town, the buzz is about the Cleveland Indians. We're going to go out to the stadium. Just when you think they're out of the race, they take 2 of 3 from the Yankees, the first-place Yankees, trying to make it 3 of 4 today. Let's go to the lakefront. And when we get there, we're going to find a Buckeyes fan, and he's rooting for the Yankees. Bottom of the third, when we get there, Sandy Alomar with the double, and that's going to score Candy Maldonado and Alvera Espinoza, and the Tribe look good 7-2. But wouldn't you know, they just blew this game. Right now, we're in the 6th. Paul O'Neill is going to double to right center field. Deion James scores. Don Mattingly scores. Danny Tartable scores. 14-8, the Yankees win as the bullpen blows another one. American League scoreboard, California wins over Milwaukee 6-1. They're tied in the 11th, Boston and Kansas City. Oakland over Detroit 6-0 in the 6th, and Toronto leads in the 5th inning. National League now, the Reds looking for the series sweep as they headed into Veterans Stadium to take on Philadelphia. Bottom of the 1st, Wes Chamberlain is at the plate. He's going to get the base hit, and it's going to knock in a run. Dave Hollins, and from there, the floodgates were open. The Phillies scored run after run after run. I think you get the idea. They win 12-0 is the final, the Phillies over the Reds. As we go to the scores, you'll see that Pittsburgh and San Diego are playing a doubleheader. They're about to split that one. Montreal over Houston 3-2. Colorado over New York 6-1. The Dodgers leading the Cardinals, and San Francisco and Florida are scoreless. One other score you didn't see there, the Braves won today. The final score was 8-2. Okay, we're going to wrap it up tonight with the Indy cars. They're north of the border for the Vancouver Grand Prix. You're on board with Bobby Rahal. Look at the nose cam. He started second and would lead for a good part of this race, but he can't hold on. He finishes second. Al Unser Jr. is the winner. That's it from out here at the New Albany Country Club. Jimmy Connors wins the singles, runner-up in the doubles.
Okay, Jay, thank you.
Thanks, Terry.
Well, when's the best time to buy a house? It could be now. We'll show you what we're working on for 11 when we come back. And if you collected comic books when you were a kid, you'll wonder why you ever threw them away. More in a moment on your 24-hour news source.
It's the 93 model clearance sale at Bob Boyd Lincoln Mercury. Boyd, tell us about it.
We have over 75 luxury cars available with savings up to $8,000 off sticker.
That's right, a 1993 Lincoln Town Car loaded with dual airbags and anti-lock brakes for just $26,999.
We also have special finance and lease rates available, plus a free cellular phone with each sale.
Bob Boyd Lincoln Mercury, 1100 South Hamilton Road.
Open Sundays 12 to 5.
Here's your big boy, honey.
Beach Fuzz, where's the rest?
Huh?
I want a choice of big boy sandwiches, like the crispy fish sandwich, hefty brownie lad, delicious Swiss Miss, tasty buddy boy, juicy bacon cheeseburger, the twice as meaty, superb big boy. Then for an extra $2.25, I can add the big boy soup and salad bar. All I can eat. Which homemade soup should I get, Snookums? What kind of salad?
Could you give me a hand?
Hi, everyone. I'm Dave Kaler with the 10 TV Community Facts. You can be a foster parent, even if you're a single adult. For info, call Specialized Alternatives for Youth.
A little common sense can make a job easier and safer. This long-handled shovel can help prevent back strain. Piling the dirt on a tarp will protect your lawn. And a phone call can help protect you from digging into an underground power line, at home or at work. Call for help in locating power lines before you dig. Touching one of these lines with anything could result in serious or fatal injury. Please be careful, because they haven't made a shovel yet that can do this. Call before you dig.
5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10.
5 of the top 10 best-selling vehicles in America are Ford. And now, all at incredible once-a-year deals during your Ford dealer's official clearance, like the Ford Escort, Ford Ranger, Ford Explorer, Ford F-150, or the Ford Taurus. 5 of the top 10 selling vehicles in America, all with special once-a-year deals. So,
go, go, go
to your Central Ohio Ford dealer during the official clearance and drive home a bestseller today.
If you're a fan of the Caped Crusader or any other comic book hero, Columbus is the place to be today. Thousands of comic books on display or for sale at this comic book convention at the Sheraton Hotel. Prices range from a few cents to some big bucks. For instance, the Spider-Man or Incredible Hulk, you're going to be paying well over $100 for some issues. And thanks for watching us this Sunday night. Our next update for you is at 8 o'clock. And be sure to join us for Eyewitness News at 11. Good night.
Work out with Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, weeknights at 7 on 10 TV.
The PhoneWorks is Columbus's oldest and largest authorized Cellular One agent. And the PhoneWorks is looking for people with proven records of success to join our fast-growing company. We offer a complete benefit package, including incentive income, full medical insurance coverage, comprehensive ongoing training, and a cellular phone. As the PhoneWorks continues to grow, we will promote from within. So if you're willing to make customer satisfaction a way of life, call Brian Hess for an interview at 798-8001. The PhoneWorks, 798-8001. Call now. You could be on our team.
Was that Ricky Lake? Ricky Lake? Never heard of her. I'm not like anybody else you've met. She's only done like 10